Hello everyone. So in this video I'm going to talk about a trade that I took on my funding account which gave me like 1.5 increase on the account. So on the 9th of May I took a sell on my favorite pair, which is GBPUSD, on the pound dollar. I took a sell on the pound dollar. So one thing I always say is, before you take a trade or before you even participate in these funding challenges and the other competitions that is going on in the internet, you have to always make sure you have a playbook. So people have been hearing me saying playbook. So when I talk about playbook, what does it mean? So when you talk about playbook is a collection of archives of trades that make sense to you. So the trades that you've been taking more often, okay, the trades that the patterns that you've seen them happening more often, that's what we call it playbook. So when you talk about playbook are the trades that you've taken them more often. Okay, so before you participate in this funding account or funding challenges, the challenges that is going on in the internet, make sure you have a playbook, something that you are going to follow systematically. Okay, don't be doing things randomly. Other than that, you are not going to see consistency in the market. So for you to see consistency in the market, you have to always make sure you are doing things systematically. In trading, for you to succeed, you have to make sure you have a manual or a guide that follows your path. Okay, anything that you are doing in trading, you have to make sure you have something guiding you. If you are doing things randomly, it's going to delay your profitability. So always make sure you have a system or a guide that you follow daily. Okay, so first of all, as I said, we took a sell on pound yen on 9th of May. We took a sell. So before that, before any time that I will analyze the market, first of all, what I do is I move to I check the fundamentals of the day. So when you check the fundamentals of the day, on the 9th we had an interest rate. So during the trade was taken during the lending session, but before the lending session we had a high impact news which was about to hit the market. Okay, so always I advise, before you take a trade, always check your fundamentals, the intraday fundamental, things that it's about to happen within the day. So always check your forex factory to see whether there was going to be a high impact news. Okay, and anytime that there's going to be a high impact news, you have to always be cautious about the things that you are going to do in the market. So first of all, I checked the forex factory and I realized during around 11 o'clock a.m. there was going to be a pound interest rate. Okay, so there's going to be an interest on the GBP pairs. So I was very cautious, but fortunate for me, I got a trade before the interest rate was released. So interest rate is very important to investors. Investors always make sure they are going to see. Investors always are cautious about the interest rates, or they are very concerned or bothered about the interest rates. Okay, because it's going to help them to make decisions on their investment. When interest rate is high, investors are always happy because their interest in any economy that the interest rate is about to be released, they are going to get high returns on their investment. So always investors are always concerned about the interest rate of any economy. So you have to take note. So I took the trade before the interest rate. So let's check. So after checking the fundamental, I realized during 11 o'clock there was going to be an interest rate. So when you move to the weekly time frame, always I analyze from the weekly time frame to to the lower time frame, but I always check the structure on daily and H4 time frame. So first of all, I move to the weekly time frame. There was a resistance over here. So I pay attention to the resistance over here. I paid attention to. So this was the 9th candle that you were trading on. Okay, so there was another resistance over here. That was before this candle formed. So there was another resistance. So the market was retesting, it was retesting on this area of interest. So when you talk about area of interest, I usually call it reactionary areas. So the market is going to react on these areas. Either it is going to break this resistance, or it is going to retest and get back to to follow the original trend. Okay, so it's a reactionary area. Support and resistance are reactionary area, so I call this horizontal line as a reactionary area. So let's move to, so that's the only thing that I'm going to check. So this is a valid support that you will always look for. So let's move to the daily time frame. So on the 9th, on the daily time, so this is the 9th candle. Okay, this is the 9th candle. So on the daily time frame, what I was looking for is market structure. So I realized the market was consolidating. There was higher high, came back, lower low, consolidating. So when you talk about consolidation or ranging market, that means there was equal highs and equal lows. Okay, there was equal highs. So the market was in an uptrend. But it's at the same time ranging. The market was ranging. There was no clear direction on the market, so it was ranging. So after identifying the direction, there was no clear direction on the daily time frame. So what I did was to draw my support and resistance and leave the rest to what the market will do. So I drew my valid support and resistance. So there was a support over here. There was a support over there. Okay, so this is the 9th candle that I'm going to trade. So when the market breaks, the next area of interest is going to be this side at the daily time frame. Okay, so the market is going to fall to this side. Supposing maybe this candle broke and closed within this range, it's going to fall, because when you check your left, there was clean zone for the market to fall. So let's move to the H4 time frame. So when I look at the H4 time frame, what I'm also going to what I'm going to check at it is the direction of the market. So when you check about the direction of the market, we realize, or we notice, the daily time, the H4 time frame is also in a downtrend, because there was lower lows and lower highs. Okay, so this higher low got broken, this higher low got broken. Okay, so the market is in clearly a downtrend. So when I see something of this sort, I don't trade against the trend. I always follow the higher time frame direction. Okay, I always follow the higher time frame direction, because I've traded against the trend and it didn't go on well for me. So I always make sure I'm following the higher time frame direction. That is what is giving me profitability at this current days. That's what's giving me profitability. So I realize what the market is doing. The market is in a downtrend. It has pulled back. Okay, a pullback. So anytime the market breaks a higher low, it's going to pull back to the higher low. So there was so you can see, as I said, support, so this is the resistance. Before it was resistance. So these areas are reactional zone. The market either going to break. So you see, when it got this side, it broke, came back. So it was consolidating around or ranging around this side. So it was ranging around that side. So how I took the trade was the moment the market, so I took it on the H4 time frame. So the market broke, retested on this one. You see the bullish candle. So we call this candle we call this bullish candle bias exhaustion. So when you talk about bias exhaustion, I always tell my students, don't memorize the names of the candles. It's not important. You have to understand the psychology behind the formation of this candle. So this is bias exhaustion candle, in the sense that buyers were in control of the market, and later it pulled back. Okay, so it pulled back and sellers took over the market. So when you see the upper wick, it is longer than the lower wick. So that means buyers are losing control in the market, and now sellers are taking over the market. So you see the market rate tested. So let's move to the daily time frame. Let's mark the daily time frame support and resistance as well. So when you check, so this is the daily support. So let's move to H4. So we notice the bullish candle broke within exactly on the resistance line. Okay, it broke and retested on us exactly. So how I took the trade was this was a clear break retest. Okay, the market formed a support over there. So the market formed a support over here. So I'll change the color for H4, how usually I put it on. So there was a support over there. Okay, so the moment the market broke this side, I took a sell. So my take profit was on the next reactional zone or area. So this is my take profit, okay? Because I took it on H4, I didn't take it on daily, I took it on H4. So I'm going to base on my take profits on the daily on the H4 time frame. So let's see where I put my stop loss. So I was supposed to put my stop loss on the H4 time frame, but the stop was so wide for me. I wouldn't have gotten a high or positive returns, okay, because I was risking. My risk is supposed to be bigger than my reward. Usually that's how it's supposed to be. So it was like 15 pips, so 11 pips. It doesn't make sense. So I moved to the lower time frame, and I took a sell. So the moment this candle got broken, I took a sell over here, because this candle has broken and closed within this horizontal area. So I took a sell over here, okay, expecting it to fall within this range. So this was the sell that I took on the 9th of May 2024, okay. And one thing that I took this sell is what I was expecting volume to come into the market. So always make sure you are trading within volume time. So there was high volume. That was the candle formed was around 6 o'clock. It consolidated for some time because the lending session was about to hit. So 6 o'clock a.m. it consolidated before the lending session came in. So let's move to the 30 minutes and see when that time happened. So around 7 o'clock. So you see it was consolidating. So the lending session brought in the volume, and the market sold our take profit. So this is how usually I analyze the market, okay. So if you want to know more about this, if you want to know more about how I analyze the market, kindly subscribe and like this video for similar videos like this.